There is absolutely nothing wrong with the Knockback Nemo on the Hive at this current time. Yes, I just said that, and I believe it to be true. Now, I'm aware that this goes against what most of the community thinks of the Nemo at the moment, and that it's a very, very controversial opinion. That being said, in this video, I'm going to explain my reasoning on why I personally think the Knockback Nemo is in a good state right now, and for the people who still think it's broken, I'm going to explain some ways that it can still be easily countered. Usually this is the part of the video where I tell you to leave a like and subscribe, but honestly, all I ask is that you wait until the end of the video to form and share your opinion. Enjoy this one. Alright, so on a random Monday about 2 weeks ago, an update showed up on the Hive Updates page titled Skywars, a very Nemo update. It read, "The following update is now live on Skywars. Knockback Nemo now correctly applies some vertical velocity so that crouching no longer completely counters the item." So if you remember how the Knockback Nemo used to work, you'll know that it did horizontal or basically straight knockback. It didn't do any vertical or upwards knockback, meaning that you could just hold crouch at the right time and not get knocked off by the Nemo. Now, the way that knowledgeable players would counter this would be to hit them with a sword or a snowball just to get them up in the air a little bit and then hit them with a Nemo and then they would go flying. But it seems like a lot of people didn't know about that strategy, and so they would just spam the Nemo and hope for the best. The new Nemo, on the other hand, kind of removes the need for that first hit with something other than the Nemo. All you have to do now is just hit the other player with it and they'll be sent flying a few blocks. However, if you hit the other player with a sword or a snowball, well, rest assured they'll be taking a one-way trip straight to the void. The updated Nemo is honestly pretty powerful now, and I think that's a good thing. However, like I said in the intro, it seems like a lot of the community disagrees with me here. Let's take a look at this post on the Hive forums from a few days after the new Nemo was released. It reads, "Remove vertical Nemo knockback. Before Nemos had vertical knockback, it was hard to get someone off the map from the ground because it did less knockback to someone who wasn't midair. This made crouching an easy counter to it. However, a player with any form of skill can easily hit the person once to get them in the air, then with the Nemo. A very easy way to render the crouch counter useless. Now that you can knock someone into the void from the middle of an island, an edge is given to the noobs who flail around a rare item they got from mining emeralds. Would I be wrong to say that the intended use of Nemos is to knock people off of bridges or very small islands such as the one on Violet Keep? The old Nemo was still good for that, and now the only counter for a Nemo is an Ender Pearl or an insane combo." Now, that was a lot, so let's unpack this and talk about why I disagree with quite a lot of the statements in this forums post. So the first couple of sentences are just explaining what the Knockback Nemo used to be like, which is something that I've already gone over, and we don't really disagree too much on that. The first statement I take issue with, though, is the one that says, "An edge is given to noobs who flail around a rare item they got from mining emeralds." I feel like the person who made this post kind of countered their own argument here. They said it's a rare item that drops from emeralds, which is true. It is a very rare item, and in fact, it spawns in 1.2% of emerald drops. Think about it this way. Out of every 1,000 emeralds that are mined on Hive Skywars, 12 Nemos will drop on average. A lot of times, you will literally play multiple games without anyone in your game getting a Knockback Nemo, and even in the games where someone ends up getting one, there's a decent chance that they'll end up dying to the void or just forget to use it before you even end up encountering them. The fact that it's such a rare item means that it's gonna spawn so infrequently that it's really not gonna affect the majority of your games. The other argument that the poster had just in this sentence, and that was repeated in the comments multiple times, was that it takes no skill to use. However, the players that actually lack skill aren't really going to be able to use it in any meaningful way anyways. Just spamming the Nemo on flat ground literally won't do anything useful. It just knocks them back a few blocks and then they're on the ground again. If a so-called unskilled player uses it in a way that gets the kill or gets what they want done, then can that really be called unskilled, or did their opponent just play badly around it? Also, the poster says that they felt like the intended use of the Knockback Nemo was to knock people off bridges and small islands. While it's true that those were what the Nemo was most commonly used for back in its old state, I don't think it's fair to say that those are the only things that the Nemo was used for, nor should it be. I think it's obvious at this point that the Hive wants players to be able to play the game in as many ways as possible, and I think that the Knockback Nemo is very versatile in the ways that it can be used. There's no intended use for it. Players are free to do what they want with it and discover new ways that it can be used. Now, I want to discuss something that was mentioned in the comments section of this forums post, which is the fact that people are saying that the Nemo has a lack of counterplay. Basically, they say that you can't really do anything against anyone that has a Nemo. However, I think there are plenty of ways that you can counter the Nemo. Check out this one from my stream a couple of days ago. Why? Okay, well, I'm gonna wait till this guy gets bored then. gone. Look, that's how you deal with Nemos. You literally just sit there and make them come to you. Never rush a guy if you know he has a Nemo, which is what I avoided earlier. Now, with that being said, you're not always going to be fighting someone on a bridge with a Nemo. Sometimes you might just fight people on an island or whatever, but the fact that you're in Skywars means that Void is always near, and the Nemo is still going to be pretty useful if you use it correctly. When I was playing Skywars on stream the other day, I fought against a fairly well-known sweat on the Hive named Delta. I had a Nemo, he didn't, and he still managed to counter me for a couple of minutes before he was able to finally kill me. Here's how it went. It's Delta, hold up. I wonder what that means. I do as well. Oh man, that's crazy. Ah, he's playing the smart.
Funny item, funny item, funny item,
very funny item. Okay, it's a 1v1 versus Delta. He has a chest plate. I don't. He's not gonna fight. I gotta camp this here because that's literally the only thing you can do with a Nemo. Oh no, I seem to have gone AFK. That is crazy. Oh man, I just walked away from my computer, guys. Oh no. He's not gonna fight me. We're probably gonna be sitting here for 5 minutes, chat. I hope you realize that. He's probably watching the stream, honestly. Win this? I'll try. Please, no. Oh my god, he played that so well. I tried my best here, but Delta literally just played this perfectly in so many ways. Most of the time, he kept himself on the opposite side of the void from me, so I couldn't even hit him into the void if I wanted to. And even when he was in between me and the void, he always had some sort of backup plan. Whether that's an ender pearl or some blocks or something else, he made sure that there was a very, very, very low chance that he was going to end up in the void. For the entire fight, he had better armor than me, so all he had to do was get some hits on me and then just put on a masterclass at how to counter a Knockback Nemo on Hive Skywars. Now, since people are probably going to mention it in comments, I do want to talk about traps that require an element of surprise and also use Nemo. Look, if you're getting trapped in some way involving a Nemo, you are probably going to die to that trap with old Nemo as well. I feel like the new Nemo update really doesn't change much in terms of how Nemo works in trapping. At the end of the day, the core value of it is that it does a lot of knockback very quickly. In a trapping situation, you're probably never going to have enough time to react to it anyways, so it really doesn't matter too much. That's just my opinion at least. The reason why I made this video was to 1. Give my thoughts on the Knockback Nemo, and 2. Promote a more widespread discussion on the item. I've seen some discussion about it in my Discord server and on the forums post obviously, but since there are very, very differing opinions on it, I feel like having more discussion overall is a good thing. I know that a while back the Hive had a little questionnaire that went out to a very small amount of people asking about their thoughts on the Ember Sword, Crumbling Cobblestone, and Knockback Nemo, but I only know a couple of people who got that, and not everyone was able to voice their opinion. Look, if you've got an opinion on the state of the Knockback Nemo at the moment, let me know in a comment on this video. I'm really interested to hear what all of you have to say about it, and I hope that this video can help promote better discussion on the Knockback Nemo. Thanks for watching. Before we end, as always, a big shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. They support me for $4.99 a month, and they get some cool perks like getting their names displayed at the end of every video. If you'd like to check out what perks they have or become a channel member for yourself, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button or click the link in the description. Once again, thank you to all of my channel members for your generous support. And also, thank you to everyone who watches my videos and just leaves a like or a nice comment or something like that. I seriously could not do it without all of your support, and so with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.